Alright, I'm not here to build a bench program because that's not what I fucking do. I'm here to critique your form and tell you how to lift more weight instantly. It's that fucking easy. If you do want a program, personally for bench, I found that Wendler's 531 was magic. I followed it for I think 3 months, and I added something like 50 pounds to my bench. Some of that might have been the form corrections, which we're kind of going to go over here. So yeah, and it's the first time I'm doing this. I'm winging it, so I'm going to babble a lot, I'm going to cut a lot, I'm going to edit a lot, and this might be a fucking mess. Let's go. Alright, first thing is setup. Everybody gets over here and they do their tappy toes, and they don't have their feet set, or they pull their fucking knees up, so it's stupid. Real quick, bench press sucks if you're trying to build your chest. Pulling your knees up makes it an isolation exercise. Fuck that. Grab some dumbbells, make your chest bigger. Shut the fuck up about bench. It's a strength exercise. Anyway, back to the fun stuff. So you've got people that do the tappy toes, they pull their knees up, or they do that rainbow bullshit because they've seen some power lifter wearing a shirt do it. Don't do that either, because you're not a power lifter wearing a shirt. If you're a regular person, which you probably are because you're watching this stupid fucking video, you don't need all that shit. What you need to do is get set properly. A lot of people just say, hey look, all right, here we go. All right, got my, and we're benching, here we go. Okay, there, all right. And that's what they fucking do, and that's not how you do it, because you're unstable, your leverages are all fucked up. So let's start going over them. First thing we're talking about is your feet, because I don't know if you know this, your feet are what connect you to the earth. I know it just blew some fucking minds, so I'll say it again. Your feet are what connect you to the earth. That is where your body connects to the ground, and that's where your force comes from. That's where your leverage comes from. That's where your balance comes from. So when people lay down and they're up here on their toes, there's some people that bench like that. I personally hate it. It puts way too much torque on my knees. I feel unstable. It doesn't work for me. Get your heels in. Bring them back behind you a little bit, so that when you drive your heels into the ground, you can feel yourself moving up on the bench. Okay? Now, if you'll notice, that puts a slight arch in my back. A slight arch. I'm not doing this powerlifting rainbow bullshit. You get a slight arch, and don't get here and lock your shoulder blades. Your shoulder blades are supposed to move. Lock your back in, but let your shoulder blades move so you don't get an impingement. The best thing I've found to do, for me, and it's worked for other people that I've showed this, it might work for you, it might not. What I do, I slide so far up on the bench that I'm way out of place, but my legs are comfortable. Like if I were to just put my legs down, this is where they go. And now, I leave my feet where they are. I put my heels in the ground, and I slide down until the bar, and when in the bench position, is over my eyes. Now, my legs are primed in there. Now, to be fair, I'm a little fucked up because I rolled the bar forward and it wasn't there, so I'm going to come forward just a little bit. There we go. Now, slide arch in the back, my shoulders are back, but my shoulder blades are moving. I'm going just slightly wider than shoulder width. And again, I'll go over this from a different angle. So, I'm here. Deep breath in, on rack, get it set. Now, don't drop it. Do not let the weight crush you. You lower it under control. And don't do this shit with your elbows flared out. That's not how you do it either. You want to bring your elbows down like this, like you're bringing the bar down to your nipples, or slightly under. And then you're going to come back up by driving your heels into the ground and pressing. You inhale on the way down, exhale on the concentric. Now, one of the things that's really important whenever you're trying to do something that involves strength is leverage and biomechanics. That's the way your body's working together to make shit happen. When you grab a barbell, you get up here and you grab the bar like this, it puts your wrists and elbows and shoulders in a weird position when you press, and then when you come down, because as you lower, your wrists want to turn in, because that's the way the joints work. So what I do, and what most people do, is a false grip. Sometimes it's called a suicide grip. What you're going to do is you're not going to wrap your thumb around the bar, because what this does, it puts the weight of the bar directly in line with your forearm bones, sitting on top of your palm. It gives you a chance to roll your arms in a little bit, because natural alignment would be this. If you get a football bar or a Swiss bar, fucking A, go for it. But if you don't, you go with the false grip, so that you get a little bit of internal rotation. You might come out, I normally bench here, but you might want to come out to here for that, to make up the rotation. And again, unrack, inhale on the lower. Now, when you first switch to using a false grip instead of a full grip, it's a bit of a learning curve. Perfect. It's a bit of a learning curve. When I first switched, I did have to lower the weight just a little bit, and a bit of it's mental, because you're like, oh shit, it's called the suicide grip. It's because I'm going to drop the bar on my face. I've only dropped a bar one time. It was because I ripped a callus or a blister. It wasn't because, anyway. And also, if you're shooting for a max rep, you should have a spotter anyway. We're not going to go over spotter etiquette in this video, but just don't touch the fucking bar until you're told to. Anyway. Okay, so we've worked on getting our feet and ass and upper back planted. We've worked on our grip. So now, again, sticking with the biomechanics, we're going to focus on keeping our shoulders healthy. I wish somebody would have told me this fucking 20 years ago. 15 years ago, give or take. I don't know. Anyway, I'm old. You don't want to be out here benching, because this is not good. That hurts your shoulders even just doing that. Maybe it's because I have shitty shoulders. I don't know. Anyway, this is not how you bench. You can bench like this, but if you're trying to bench heavy, you're not going to do this. You're going to be here. Okay? Yeah, I'm staring off to the side because I'm... Anyway. So, let's get down here. Set. It's my hair because it's under me. Okay. So, again, when you unrack, you don't want this flared out elbow shit, because that's not good for you. What you want is, again, this 40, 45, 50 degree abduction of the elbows. You want to bring them down under control, and then you're not shooting your hands up. Focus on pushing your elbows towards the ceiling. You want to use your upper back and your lats as a balancing point on the way down and on the way up, to give you the support to press into. I hope that makes sense. I think you'll understand it. Anyway, when you get here, again, you're driving your elbows up, lower under control, brace everything. You're pushing through your heels, your stomach's tight, your upper back's tight, and you were just pushing. It's hot as balls in this fucking garage, y'all. Fuck, I don't even know which way I'm supposed to be looking. I think I'm doing this right now. Yeah, so, literally sitting there and workshopping this for one afternoon in an old gym in Coleman. I went from, I was struggling to hit 2 plates. It's like, this is ridiculous. I should be able to do this fine. And somebody was, excuse me, correcting my form, and I kind of worked with that a little bit, and then literally one afternoon I went from benching 185 to benching 225 for reps, just by changing my feet, my grip, my elbows. So if you're chasing a PR, because again, this is, nobody asks how much you can dumbbell shoulder press, nobody asks what your cable fly is. First thing people ask you when you, oh, how much you bench? Well, now you can add 20 or 30 pounds to that number when you tell them. So if you're chasing a PR, if you're chasing plates, you can do this. You know, it's not going to be easy. Well, it is easy. You just got to get to it. You got to put the work in, and it'll happen. And you're going to get those plates. So it's hot as shit. So I'm probably done here, unless I remember there was something else I was supposed to record for this. But no, I think that was it. So cool. Thanks for watching.